5421 South King Drive.
To the county, really?
5421 on King. Come on.
I swear to God, I tell you about I tell you about everything. I swear to God, I tell you, I will tell you, please.
Wait, hold on. You gotta relax for me, because I can't understand it. Relax. What's the number? 779, what you saying, man?
We're gonna see what we can do for you, alright?
We're gonna see what we can do for you. You gotta relax for me.
At Lil Durk's court hearing today, the feds announced they have created a new evidence file against him titled The End of Durk Banks, which resulted in Lil Durk getting very teary-eyed as members of OTF began snitching and working with the feds. There's even evidence relating to Lil Durk playing a role in the passing of King Von in this evidence file, but to understand everything that's in it, it's important to know all of the new evidence against him, which begins with Otf Vonnie's father, who snitched out his own son, as well as Lil Durk, for what they did.
I'm gonna give you this. It's a back door and I got all the pieces. That's all I'm gonna tell you. As Durk asked Vonnie, is it open? Vonnie told him it's off the hinges.
Wait. Are you talking about the Von? Like King Von?
Listen very carefully. When the payment was made to Little Tim, the next day or the same day, Durk asked Vonnie, was it open? This is what he asked him. Was it open? It was the exact words, was it open? He told him it's off the hinges.
Are you saying that Vonnie backdoor King Von? No way. That was right here.
You heard what I just said. Guess what? You need motive first, right? I got bankers. I got bankers that'll testify that or will make a contract or make a statement to you and let you know that this is the amount of money he had, this is what he had, this is that, another. You need motive first and foremost. I got text messages from the lawyer letting you know that who told on Durk before, who told on Von before he got.
As in these new evidence files, they have clips of an academic's interview with Otf Vonnie's father, who would end up exposing everything that OTF did and why Lil Durk wanted King Von gone. The police even noted at the time of King Von's passing, Durk and him were facing a case together. However, it ended in a private settlement once King Von passed away, meaning there's a high chance that he made a private deal with the feds, putting the crime onto King Von.
Why would Durk want Von?
Okay, man. Let me give you this. First of all, you didn't sign your rights over. You ain't in no 360 deal. First of all, you can't bring nobody into the business and they surpass you. How you bring me to the table when I pass you up? Don't nobody want their chief spot taken, do they?
That's an interesting
Dude was a select. Dude was a. He was signed to boys. He was a. Von wasn't no.
That's interesting. I did find out that Von didn't have any contractual ties to Durk like that, which was interesting.
I mean, come on, man. He wasn't even signed to him. How's this his friend? He lied on Breakfast Club and said, "Hey, you think your man would be sitting here with $300,000 worth of jewelry on and he not have an attorney? He got a public defender."
With the new evidence going viral online, a fan would tweet, Otf Vonnie's dad leaking that Lil Durk had Von dealt with is really making me wonder why Durk suddenly goes on IG Live when somebody he's connected to passes away. He went on live the minute when Von, Lil Pab, and FBG Duck all passed away. It's even making the feds believe Durk uses IG Live as a live action alibi. However, there's a reason why this evidence is all coming out. Otf Vonnie's father is very upset that his son turned federal. As it was tweeted, Otf Vonnie's father reveals Vonnie allegedly orchestrated Lil Pab and King Von's passing.
Oh no, he ain't take my advice. He ain't respond no back to me because this is on a tablet. He on a jail tablet when I sent that to him. He ain't respond nothing else to him. I told you he can't take my advice because they playing. They made themselves get caught. This is what come along with it. They wanted to get caught. You understand me?
So, that's what you meant by trenches paint. Okay.
What you mean trenches what?
Was it you that said that? With the whole narrative about Vonnie snitching with the text messages? Like, that's...
Yeah. I don't know who said that, but that was me.
Cause that was a focus. Everybody was trying to make it seem like that's what the text messages was about.
That's just saying what he finna cop out to and this, that, and with me saying Von, some people like, damn, what, he gonna tell on some words on Von?
I ain't gonna lie, I said that in my video. I'm intrigued to know what the Von name was for.
No, he ain't gonna tell him no Von. You gonna tell that just like you orchestrated Lil Ted, you orchestrated this. and guess who you work for?
With Vonnie's father leaking all this info, the police would then investigate into him, where they were able to find information that Vonnie's father is from the streets, where if somebody snitches, you can then snitch back on them, and he didn't hold back, even though it was his own son. It was announced Chicago rapper Lil Durk's sister-in-law calls King Von's cousin Otf Vonni a rat and a snitch amid M for Hire Fed case in an IG post, which is her way of confirming everything Vonnie's father just said is true. In today's court hearing, it was also announced Otf Vonni is no longer in the Bureau of Prisons custody, meaning that he's been released from jail, likely on a house arrest, which also means the feds validated the evidence that Vonnie gave them and it all came back correct, which is why they allowed him to be released. Otf Vonni was able to get his hands on a cell phone and he would text a close friend to him who would then later flip on Vonnie leaking everything, as he's also not rocking with Vonnie snitching. Otf Vonni texted him, "Yeah, and I'm trying to plea out on a 32, which is the base for M for Hire. Max is 43 to life. I'd get -2 points for the plea, -1 point for an early plea, -2 points for no background, so I'll only have 27 points, which is only 5 to 7 years. It's better than that. I can't go to trial. I might get an elbow. I don't want them to do me like them other boys." As when Otf Vonni says he doesn't want to get got like them other boys, he's referring to Otf Jam, who also snitched on Lil Durk, but he was caught lacking in a crib outside of Atlanta and he was dealt a punishment, but more on that later. However, Vonnie's father is extremely upset that his son turned federal, where he would end up exposing exactly why he snitched on Lil Durk. In OTF, there is only 3 main guys left: Lil Durk, Otf Vonni, and Otf DD. Otf DD has a younger brother named Lil Ted. Ted, DD, and Vonnie are all related with extended family, but it was announced the new Lil Ted body cam footage of him begging to snitch against Lil Durk and OTF members have changed the case. Durk's lawyers submitted paperwork for an extended time on their bond proposal. This raises question of, what did Lil Ted say to the feds? As Ted is known as Otf DD's younger brother, who is Durk's main guy, who is related to Otf Vonni, as he likely knows all of the deepest secrets of OTF. When he was arrested at a local convenience store, he was seen having a firearm in his jeans pocket, and he was very upset when getting arrested.
421 South King Drive.
Really?
5421 on King and your cousin.
Shit, okay. Dude had a. What about that? A man had a with an extended clip. That's cool though, right?
At this moment, Lil Ted was then driven to the police station, with the nearby police recognizing him due to who his older brother is. Before even getting inside of the police station, he already had tears coming down his face as he would yell to the police, "I swear I'll tell y'all about the passings," hoping not to be placed into a jail cell, but it was already way too late for him.
Come on.
Very Eddie for that.
Hey, stop it. Stop it.
Everything. I swear to God, I tell you, I will tell you, please, I swear, please.
Being placed into the waiting cell, Lil Ted would then break down even further, crying his absolute eyes out, wanting nothing more to just snitch on all of the OTF members he knows did crimes, just so that he can get out of jail, go home, and never have to go back again.
Wait, hold on. You gotta relax for me, because I can't understand it. Relax. What's the number? 7 what you saying, man?
Hey, we're gonna see what we can do for you, alright?
We're gonna see what we can do for you. You gotta relax for me.
Relax, man. I'm gonna get a bus to prison. Relax.
Give me No, I'm saying, what you talking about? I'm trying to get that.
With Otf DD being his older brother, when there was news of someone snitching with their family's last name in the court paperwork, everyone believed that it was Otf DD, but in reality, it was his younger brother. This was the best possible situation for the feds, a very common tactic the police use. If there is 2 criminals that are related to each other, it's likely their parents are both friends or also related. wanted, so they would get them all together to come talk to the suspects inside a jail and persuade them to either make a plea deal or flat out snitch just so they can not ruin their own lives, which is likely what happened. As while they're snitching out of jail to make their situation better, what just happened to Lil Durk is extremely concerning. In case you missed it, the news wrote, Chicago rapper Lil Durk was involved in an altercation inside a jail this morning, which resulted in Lil Baby tweeting, "I don't care about nothing else other than Durk right now, free the bro," as the streets connected what really happened. It begins with the tweet of, Lil Durk's day one homie Gleesh passed away last night in Chicago, meaning several members of OTF are now being targeted, which raises the question of who would want revenge against OTF. Fans noticed only a few days after Gleesh passed, Wando Rondo and Lil Tim did separate interviews on the day Lil Durk was ran up on in jail, but they both said the exact same message and the interviews were released on the same day. Many look at it as a weird coincidence, but if you remember how Lil Durk uses IG Lives as a live action alibi, it seems as if these two used interviews as their alibi when Lil Durk got ran up on in jail. As Lil Tim said,
No, like, shit, I was just protecting my little brother.
When you did finally find out that it was King Von who did it, how'd you feel?
I was like, damn, if Brian did that stupid shit last night, he still would have been alive. That's how I was. But I was like, shit, I ain't know no the type person I am. Like, I'm a humble person. I ain't know no disrespect to like his mama saying f him and shit like that, cause I could easily get on that type of stuff and be clout chasing type. Like, I ain't on that type. I'm a humble person, but it's like they ain't never popped that shit off. That would have never happened like that.
This even led into Quando Rondo saying the same thing, saying that he wishes it was handled a different way, being very respectful to Lil Durk, even though what he did to his best friend.
Whoever on my side, they got kids and a mama that 100% love them. And at the end of the day, bro, all this bull that we talking about is stupid. That could have been handled a totally different way. It could have been handled to the point where a song and $3-4 million could have came out or whatever like that. It could have got handled in a legit way, in a music way.
Two ops of Lil Durk, both doing an interview on the same day that Lil Durk gets ran up on in jail, saying they wish things ended differently, definitely doesn't seem suspicious. But then the real reason why they acted on that day came out. Lil Durk was about to be released from jail. As the day prior, the news wrote, words from Durk's father have Durk being released on a bond. With this being his third attempt, his lawyers made a deal so great the judge can't refuse it.
I just left the courtroom for the bond hearing for my son for the release for the third time. This time it was very fair. The judge was very fair. He wasn't pro-prosecutor, he wasn't pro-defense, but he was pro-justice. So he listened to all the evidence, and he's gonna give a ruling in the next few days about what his position is for the bond. But we were very pleased at how it turned out. So continue. Family, friends, and fans, continue to keep us in your prayers, and we thank you, and inshallah, God willing, this be victorious for us, that we have a good ruling in our favor.
As the prosecutors dropped evidence against Lil Durk, which resulted in him getting a release date. To understand when, you need to know the news wrote, today Lil Durk's court hearing had the prosecutors telling the judge they are willingly throwing away evidence against Durk, while reading it out loud during his court hearing in front of everyone. I wonder how this will affect the rest of his bond hearing, as when telling the judge they want to dismiss this evidence, they read it out loud to him, saying, quote, Durk rap told me they got an Addy go, got location go, look on the news, see your son screaming no, no, while also showing that it was connected to this news report of.
Right now, the search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles and cameras captured the aftermath.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
Mind you, the judge was making his decision on Durk's bond release when the prosecutors read this out loud, which will definitely be in the back of his mind when making his final decision. But to know what his final decision was, it's important to know Charleston White had a few opinions on it.
This is a real victory. Now that demonic force was a dark force, it was a dark energy. I think we now finally get to put that fire out. I don't think we'll hear drill music ever again. I don't think drill rappers would ever be celebrated ever again. Down goes the drill. So this is a victory for law-abiding Americans who like hip-hop music but don't like the killing part of it.
However, the judge would then announce in court he needs a few days to make his decision. So on the few days off, Durk's lawyer, Drew Finling, would do an interview with DJ Academics, where Academics would ask him if Durk would entertain a plea deal, where he would say this.
You know, likelihood of a plea. I think a lot of people have seen, like, this seems like it's a do or die thing. This is kind of like it's gonna be like a 1 or 0 type of situation. You're either or you're not. Is Durk, from your understanding, or you as a lawyer right now, as his criminal attorney, are you open to possible conversations about plea deals? Are you thinking, no, we're going all the way? Would you entertain it, just entertain it, because that's your job to listen to it and maybe present it to Durk, or that's just off the table?
It's a conspiracy commitment case. It's an all or nothing case, and he did not participate in a conspiracy to commit. And so there is no alternative. It's a life sentence, potential life sentence. So this case is going to go to 12 people.
They're going all the way for one specific reason, which is what Durk's lawyer is keeping in the back pocket, explaining that all Durk does online and in music is express his First Amendment rights.
There's a First Amendment argument here, right? That this violates the First Amendment. Can you talk about that?
Right, for sure. I mean, I'm expressing myself. I can say the things that I want to say in a rap record or any kind of record. And you could go back and there's country records and there are pop records and there are R&B records that talk about all kinds of things. It's just that there's this notion that with hip hop, quote, glorifying violence, that suddenly now we're going to use these things to prosecute them. But does that mean that the free speech, First Amendment has gone away? No, absolutely not. He can absolutely rap about what he wants to rap about, and that doesn't mean just because the story is violent.
But sadly, in the coming days, Lil Durk's bond release would be denied. But it's because of what OTF Jam gave the feds as evidence. He provided to the police, and it reads, over 230 gigabytes of digital evidence, which includes audio recordings, video surveillance, and 20,000 pages of reports, are now being processed as discovery, as OTF Jam has worn a wire around Lil Durk and OTF members for over a year. The court update read, the feds believe Durk paid to get these two people dealt with. Number 1, Stefan Mack, who got Durk's brother D-Thang. Number 2, OTF Jam's baby mom, who passed away after Lil Durk found out he wore a wire around him. Feds believe Jam is the key to putting Durk in jail for all 3 crimes, as it was this Instagram live where Lil Durk noticed Jam was wearing a wire, where he was seen holding the top of his jacket, whispering in it.
Hey, Gabe! Give me the check on your man. I heard you got hit. I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, when I was growing up, I never having a dare. Architect. Having a dare.
Even months before Lil Durk was arrested, he already knew Jam was snitching. It was announced Durk isn't playing 3D chess the entire time. He knew OTF Jam was gonna cooperate.
I see from a mile away.
I don't think people realize that.
I can have a conversation with you for 5 seconds and know your cooperate.
As after finding out that Jam was wearing a wire, Lil Durk would pack up his entire family and he would move into a private location, later explaining how he doesn't allow his friends to know where he lives anymore and he doesn't give any information to anyone. You can tell just how sad he is knowing Jam snitched.
Nobody is ever allowed to my house. It be my best friend never been in my house.
For real?
I promise.
Your best friend?
I promise. Like, it's people like that I just don't allow around my girl and my kids, cause it's like I'm just a different type. I'm not the. We're gonna have family night at Durk house tonight. It's the. You gotta watch.
Everybody at Durk's crib.
Yeah, we gotta. Everybody getting watched. We gotta watch everybody. Hey, they go too close to them kids. You know what to do. Like, that's how I play. Like, I don't play. I see from a mile away.
I don't think people realize.
OTF Jam is also the same man that Lil Durk gave $50,000 to during this IG live. But I want you to watch those in the background of this video. They're very important for what happened next.
You know what's name, bro? Steady crying, huh? He's steady crying. Feed him. Feed him. Get in the milk, bro. Get in the milk so baby mama get the tripping, bro.
See that?
Feed
For my
him.
baby. That's really how y'all hold y'all babies, ain't it? I gotta hold my money like this. It's too much. Crazy though. Motherfuckers sitting up there doing all this. Sneak this and the internet games and all this. Up some money. Do something. Like, we winning, bro. I can do whatever it is I want to do, I can do it. Not what I want to do what I want. Y'all can't do that, bro. Goof.
Bro got out what?
You know that
How many you did all?
How many years I did it now?
Yeah. That's your last bit. 12?
12.
That boy popped out 12 years. Yeah. So much money. We really just get in order to just figure out the lanes, man, boy.
Now, the feds investigated those in the background of that IG live. They ended up piecing it together that these are the same people that were jewelry shopping with King Von, but they're also the same people that went out to Los Angeles and did the crime of Lil Pab's passing, meaning they always rolled together.
Solitary stone. We just looked at him. Let's go over there. What up, bro?
Boss, you good? My boy. Let's go.
They got real in here, man, because he just stepped in. The money maker stepped in.
But comment down below if you believe this is more than enough evidence to sentence Lil Durk, and leave a like if you are a fan of Lil Durk's music. I'm curious how many fans are watching.